New Japan Pro Wrestling star Kota Ibushi has accused New Japan Pro Wrestling of exploiting him and creating what he describes to be a pretty toxic workplace. We'll get into that. Before we get into that, though, for those of you who don't know, Kota Ibushi is a legendary wrestler, one of the best wrestlers in the world, quite frankly. He spent the majority of his time in Japan. For a lot of American fans, you might remember him from the Cruiserweight Classic back in 2016, 2017, that era. He competed in the Cruiserweight Classic. WWE made a huge deal about him, specifically because they wanted to sign him because they knew he was one of the best wrestlers of all time. He, of course, it was in a tag team with Kenny Omega as well. But it's unclear what's happening with this situation, really. All we know is Kota Ibushi today went off on Twitter, and in doing so, he actually sent out some screenshots of text messages between himself and a New Japan official that really point to two things. One, Kota Ibushi wants to leave New Japan Pro Wrestling, and two, he is unhappy and calling out a bad work environment for him and seemingly others. But these, so again, the tweets are online on his Twitter. They are in Japanese. Luckily for us, at Golden Kuma, that's at Golden_KUMA on Twitter, was closely following this story and was able to translate this into English and into more terms that everyone can understand. He quoted that Ibushi wrote, quote, "I'll expose all of the former cheaters' guns and the redacted harassing bosses from the company's presidents and lies to his unreasonable power of harassment at this time. Get prepared for this, Tospo and TV Asahi too." So that's basically the gist of that, is that Kota Ibushi is threatening to expose harassment, and yes, that kind of harassment as well. He's also threatening to expose the exploitation of himself and other wrestlers, and it really does not look like Kota Ibushi wants to be a part of New Japan. That's one thing you can take away from this. The other thing is it's going to open up a can of worms, is what this means for New Japan Pro Wrestling. Because not only do you have Kota Ibushi, like we've covered that, Kota Ibushi wants out, whatever. Boom. The bigger deal for New Japan Pro Wrestling are these accusations, because you're having someone with such credibility in Kota Ibushi, who we can have the discussion about whether or not he's doing this as a ploy or if he's making this up. We don't know. But when a superstar, when someone on this level, when someone who is in the title picture, a main event player in your company, levies these serious accusations against you, not only does it become a problem, but wrestling fans are going to want to know what's up. The public are going to want to know what's up. Investors, everyone's going to want to know what's going on with the officials, what's going on with the president, what's going on in New Japan Pro Wrestling that has caused Kota Ibushi to come out in this way. And Kota Ibushi really made sure that people knew this, because he put it out in such a explosive way, putting it out on Twitter, putting it out there for everyone to see. Now, there is the other set of things of what this might mean for Kota Ibushi. And we don't know. Like, we really do not know at this point. Again, this just happened. That's why I'm making this video, and I want to put out disclaimers. All accusations, we don't know yet. But whatever's going on here, whether it's Kota Ibushi trying to find a way to get out, whether it's the accusations themselves, or what happened maybe in New Japan Pro Wrestling, it's going to be interesting to see. I know there's a lot of wrestlers out there or fans out there who seem to think that this is just Kota Ibushi bringing his eccentric craziness onto Twitter. Needless to say, I don't think that's the case. I think there's definitely more, one way or another, to this story. But as soon as we hear more, we will bring it up here on this channel. Guys, hit that like button, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think about this crazy story, and hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever a new video is released.